Welcome to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Once again, if you forgot, this is the sports show where we think we know what we're talking about, but we really don't know shit. Back like we left something. You know, we had a little hiatus. We had a bye week. My name's Emilio Bucks, and I'm here with the lady, Miss Kristen Petit. And once again, rounding out the trio, we got a guy. He looks like he's in a different location. He got the fancy backdrop. Is that the notorious T Nick?
What's up?
Yes, that is the notorious. For a minute, I thought, all right. Good to see y'all. You know, we had that bye week. Had a chance to recharge, so hopefully those Bears had a chance to recharge. And but before we get to that, very special guest we have this week in the clubhouse. Is going to lend some of his expertise because he is an official. He officiates both basketball and football. So we have some very specific questions that we would like him to answer. So let's just get right to it. All right. And this week on the Chicago Clubhouse, we have a very special guest. This gentleman he's an official. He's been officiating both football and basketball for the past 12 years. He has spent 9 years on the collegiate level, working a lot of D2 games. He's also worked the very infamous here, the Chicago Classic over at Soldier Field. He does work with semi-pro basketball as well, and he also has he is the owner and proprietor of Vigor, and he's going to explain exactly what that is, among some other referee things he's going to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm clubhouse welcome to Mr. Lynell Mitchell.
Yeah.
How you doing today, sir?
What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Excellent. Thank you for joining us today in the clubhouse. Oh, man, a referee, boy, do we have some questions for you.
Man, we're about to let you have it.
Because we're trying to figure out what we're looking at half the time, and so maybe you can give us a little insight. But before we get into that part of it, I just want to get a little backstory on yourself. How you started in athletics, and particularly how you got into the officiating game. So just talk to me, man. What you got?
So, you know what? So I was living in Virginia, and I do nonprofit work, right? So I started a nonprofit. And so I was moving back to Chicago. And so I told a friend of mine what I was doing. I was moving back to Chicago. I was going to start this nonprofit. And so he was like, well, you know what? Because he had been officiating for like 4 years. So he was like, well, you're moving back. You can do this to get some money, while you're setting up your organization or whatever. I was like, cool. I didn't know too much about it. Before I moved, he had been trying to get me to kind of do it. But I was heavy in the nonprofit stuff. I wasn't even thinking about this shit. So I moved back. He was like, dude, just get some money. Okay. So I started doing it. I started in January 2009. I remember because I moved back January 2009. I got my first thing I started in was basketball. And it turns out it was just enjoyable. Like, this is some of the most fun I'd ever done in my life. Just being on the court, being on the field. I started off doing basketball, then baseball, then football. I eventually added in lacrosse. But overall, and because, when you enjoy something, it's easy to just kind of elevate it. And I'm like, I'm going to take this serious. And, I did what I had to do. I invested in myself, invested in my craft, got better and better, and just kept moving up and up. So that's how I started.
Wow, that's awesome, man. I bet you really have to, you got to really stay in shape, because I see those guys on the football field, especially on the football field. Man, those guys are out there moving.
Yes. You know what? it used to be. I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the 90s, back in the 80s, you see a lot of fat people. Like a lot of them referees was fat. Like the day and time of the fat official is gone. I swear to God.
Fat ass zebras.
Huh, man,
Fat
dude.
ass zebras,
Look
man.
at some of them old tapes, man. Some of them guys was super fucking fat, stomachs out the here and shit. Like that
And
shit is gone.
they would get hit, and the way they would fall out, it would just look because it was like out there.
Yeah, yeah. But so luckily when I was coming up, like there's a renewed emphasis on being fit and looking the part. And so when I go to these camps, when I'm introducing myself, like they want you to look the part. They want you to look like you can actually play, like you should still be on the field.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. So it keeps me focused on my health, which is cool.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very, very important. Now, speaking of health, can you tell us a little bit about your new venture, Vigor?
Yes. So that's what I was saying. So it's with everything, man. You just kind of you fall into things that you're meant for, right? So a year ago, I was just learning about what CBD was, right? And I had heard the letters before, but I didn't know what it did, right? I didn't know nobody who knew what it was like that. And so
I've been smoking CBD for years.
Exactly. I swear to God, every dude, especially black people, whenever I tell black people, yo, I ask them, because I'm very like, when I'm out, whenever you see me out, I'm in marketing mode. Excuse me, you know what CBD is? Oh yeah, I smoke some of that. Or man, I can't do no, I'm cool. You know, hey, dude, hey, I'm gonna tell you this, man. You've never seen an old black man turn into the 7-year-old kid, like when the drug dealer was offering them some drugs, when you talk to people about like CBD. Like I watched old men turn into little kids and run away from me when I said, do you know what CBD is? Oh no, man, I'm good on that. Like, no, bro. It's
CBD, boy.
Huh?
Dude.
We don't, like, our community does not know what it is and what it does. Like when I started talking about the benefits of it, from joint pain, muscle pain, soreness, anxiety, like people with headaches, like what Kristen was talking about earlier, arthritis, sciatica, like MS, what she was talking about, like it just relieves all these pains, right? Whether you're taking it internally, my company, I focus on topicals, right? So I have 2 topicals right here. So it's Vigor Sport and
thank you. Be free,
right? And so you rub them on. The formula is mine, so it has more than. Oh shit! Wait.
You kind of pose up on it. Let's say you're back.
Okay.
Can you give us the shot of the product really quick?
Yeah. So I got two, right? So I got Vigor Sport, Vigor Max, and so these are it's a topical pain. Like whenever you got knee pains, any of that, man, you rub it on there, you'd be surprised. About 10 minutes, gone.
Where can we get it?
Oh, you can get it on my website, vigorforpain.com, right? So you go up there now, I got bundles. It's the holiday season, so you can order multiple of them and get a really, really deep discount. Now, let me tell you.
My pop some for Christmas.
Now, let me tell you, I got a brand new product on the market. When I say brand new, meaning ain't nothing like it nowhere, right? Mainly because Black people we don't invent CBD products. So we generally get what's available. So we contact some company out west and they say, well, we have this, and this. We got the gummies, we got the drops, we got the rubs. And that's what that's what people who use it, that's what they get.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a product that I invented. So if you are tender-headed or you have scalp pain, like when you get your hair braided, right? I have CBD infused hair oil and the hair grease.
My dog.
Right? So I know women when they get in them braids, and I know the Africans be pulling right and the girls be right. So with this, you grease your head about 10 minutes before you get it done. No scalp pain at all. Right? Same thing with this. Like after you get it done. So my girl, she's notoriously tender-headed. So when she get her hair done, she get home and she try to lay down and she can't lay down. So that's what the oil is for. The oil is really good. Put it on your scalp, gets rid of all kinds of scalp pain.
And you don't feel any like effects of the high, so to speak.
CBD is non-psychoactive, and that's one of the main things I have to talk to my people about. Like everybody thinks, man, you even if you smoke it. So I don't sell stuff that you would smoke, but even if you smoke CBD, you still wouldn't get high, right? So you would feel calm, but not high.
Right.
But my product is topical. Nothing that you would ingest, anything like that. No, you don't pop 30 on the drug test because that's the first thing everybody thinks. But no, I got a government job. I can't rub that on.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, bro. I got you. But no, it don't do none of that. But it's the struggle is real, my brother. I'm telling you. It's like when
you gotta let that old man know before you run off. Like, whoa, pop.
Man, listen to me, man. I mean, him. I got a call from a lady the other day. Because I was at a basketball tournament and I gave out some samples, and the lady called me, I guess because her daughter's ankle was hurting, right? So she had put it on her daughter's ankle. She was like, wait, hold on, I put this on and I didn't even think about it. Will it get a high? Is she gonna get addicted? Like, this is a real conversation that I had with somebody, dog. This lady called me, it was Friday night at like 10:30. She called me in a panic because she thought, because she put it on her daughter's ankle, that her daughter was gonna get high. I said, oh,
you will concern turn her own dog out.
So you're coaching girls basketball too? I mean, refereeing girls basketball too, and you put it on the ankle?
No. So during the season, men's, but during AAU season, you do a little bit of everything. But this wasn't even a game I did. So I was in the gym and I give it out to people that I think may need it. Right.
Oh, okay.
So I see a lady look like, hey, after a certain age, you in some pain somewhere. So I carry samples with me. I'll show you what my samples look like. I carry samples with me and I give them out. Right. I'll be like, yo, do you know what CBD is? Like, I literally walk up to people, do you know what CBD is? And I give them a quick crash course, and I got a packet with a little sample up in it, and I give it to them. I'm trying to educate the people, you know what I'm saying, on what it is. It's a hard road. So what's a long road to hoe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you referee in the game, right? Someone get injured, and you blow the whistle. Do you say, "Hey, dog, need some CBD for that injury"?
You know what though? Hey, you know what I have done?
I mean, you always in marketing mode.
I'm always in marketing mode. So if I see their parent run over, I'll give their parent one. I'll be like, hey man, check this.
You serious?
I will. I will. I'm always marketing, bro. I swear to God. And I'm educate people. I want people to know what it does. The best way to do that is when they need it. Are you in pain right now, brother? Check this out.
I mean, being involved in athletics, that's a perfect,
It is. And you best believe that was in my mind when I thought about what I was doing. I was like, dude, I'm around athletes all the time. I'm around current athletes, ex-athletes, future pro athletes, these people who are going to have knee problems and back problems and all kinds of stuff. Let me introduce them to it right now.
Right on.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So people need to go to vigorforpain.com to pick it up, right?
Get some today. If you in pain, if you know somebody in pain, get them some now. Like I got a massive sale going on. If you got a daughter who's tender-headed, your wife tender-headed, go get her some of this Crown Ease, brother. Get her some Crown Ease. It's nothing like it on the market, man. Nothing. And I'm trying to get it out there before I get knocked off, right? Because I'm knowing as soon as somebody see this shit, they're gonna be like,
All right, man. I'm definitely gonna pub you, man.
Yeah.
I'm
great. All right. Well, so on to some of your refereeing. And referees have a bad rep. Sometimes it's called for.
Hell yeah.
But when watching football games, and we've been told before, time and time again, that you could really call holding on each play. Is that true in football? And then if it is true, why don't the referees call it?
All right. So what y'all look at and how y'all see things is way different. So this is one of the reasons I can't watch games with people. So like whenever I'm watching football games, I don't like being around other people. Like I can be around my referee buddies and my friends, but in terms of just being out in public, I hate watching sports in public because of stuff like this, right? So what we look at is material restriction. What effect did it have on the outcome of the play, right? So for example, play happens, we got here, but the play runs to the left. It had no effect on the play. So we don't need that. We want to keep so it had no effect on the play. However, play happens, we have a hold here, the running back goes off the tackle's ass, and the hold has an effect on the play, flag, right? So it's all about what effect did it have on the play, and that's the mindset that we have, right? So we're trying to stay. So remember, our goal is to try to stay out of the game as much, right? We're going to address things that affect the flow of the game.
Okay, I gotta ask you. When I look at like an Eddie Jackson kick six that gets called back for a defensive hold or something. I mean, we see stuff like
right. So again, that hold had an effect on the play, right? So if the hold caused the receiver to go down, which allowed Eddie Jackson to make the pick to run it back. Well, no, I can't let you hold this dude, then get the ball and run it back. That don't make no sense. So anytime you see a flag, just know that flag had an effect on the play.
Now, when you guys are watching tape at the end of the game and you guys see, oh, I missed that one. Oh, dang, missed that one. I probably shouldn't have called that one. What do all the referees do and say when they're together and they're looking at the calls of the game?
So one thing, we get graded. So I don't know if y'all know. So there's in every conference, every level, there's somebody who's looking at your tape and they're going to literally look at all. They know your position because especially. So we're talking about football right now, right? So there's somebody who knows your position that's only looking at you. Okay, and they're going to watch every play, every time you blow your whistle, every flag you throw, every spot you get, everything that happens. And so you get great everything that you do, right? And so it's not just, all right, after the game, let's get together and look, ooh, man, I missed that. Ooh, that's a good call. It's not like that. It's way more regimented and structured than what you think, right? So you get graded on every time you throw your flag, every time they think you should have threw your flag and you didn't. All of those things happen, right? And then they sum it all up and you get upgrades and downgrades based on all of that stuff.
And then do you get called into the office if your grades are bad?
No, so no, but it affects when you look at the postseason, like, and people who work big games, those are people whose grades
were
who
good.
graded the best.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so all of this stuff goes towards who gets to work more. And the more you work, the more money you get. So there's a financial incentive to be better, right? And believe it or not, most officials want to get the right call, right? Like nobody's just, man, let me just call this back. We ain't doing it. We're trying to
Joe West in baseball.
Huh?
Unless you're Joe West in baseball.
Angel
yeah.
Or Tim Donahue.
Or if you're at Hockey League, you always want to show your guns, so you're gonna make sure that you get out there.
Dude, so those are just popular villains, but believe it or not.
Yeah,
I know, we're joking.
So I have a burning question, man.
Proceed.
Is there such thing as a makeup call?
Makeup call, no.
And I don't want the politically correct answer.
I'm gonna tell you, right? So what we strive for is consistency. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want a coach to say the game is being called unfair or it's lopsided. You're calling something different down here than you are down there, right? And so what we strive for is consistency. So the same type of contact that I let go down here, we go down here, and so I just switched to a basketball analogy I shouldn't have. Here, let's go back to football. So the same kind of holding that I allowed your offensive lineman to do, I now have to allow their offensive lineman, right, for the sake of consistency. So you can't be like, hey, he did this and you didn't call it. I'm doing it, you called it. No. We're gonna be consistent out here today. Now, if we consistently good or consistently bad, we're gonna be consistent. And that's kind of the thing. We try to
So
be consistent.
what if they do it, but then they don't? And so the player gets in your face, like, ref, what's up, man? Do you try to make it okay? Yeah, I'll make it up to you, man. I'll make it up.
So you know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. A lot of times, if we miss something, as long as you acknowledge to the player that, you know what, my bad, I'm gonna check for it. They'll be like, okay. You say it to the coach as well. If the coach, a lot of times coaches come up to you, he's holding my guy every time we're in man coverage, and he drags him down. Coach, let me watch for it, right? If something happens, hey man, he pulled him down. Coach, if it happened the way you say it happened, we'll get it next time, right? So the key is not to tell them they didn't see what they saw, but to acknowledge that, you know what, I might have missed it. Let me look for it again. I missed it once, I ain't gonna miss it again, because now I'm alert to it. You get what I'm saying? It happened in the context of, I don't know what happened in the context where I didn't see it or we didn't get it, but we're going to get it next time.
So there is definitely like a point for players or coaches talking to a ref after all the damage. Yeah. You see it, especially like in basketball, you know what I mean? Sitting there like just having a whole conversation with the ref and the ref like explaining.
You know what? That makes us better, right? So the more you can explain to a player why you did something or what he did wrong, the better the game goes, right? Because I don't want you to foul out. I want this game to go off having nothing to do with me. I want both teams to have all 5 of their starters in the last 10 seconds of the game in case something needs to happen. And so if that means if I call the foul on you and you're like, ref, I ain't touching. You know what you did? You moved your body into him, because a lot of times they'll do this and then they'll put their goddamn body into him. Yeah, your hands is up, but your body into him, dude. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You're killing me here, son. So I'll tell them what they did wrong. Like, you tell them what they did wrong. Well, coach, hey, what happened, ref? Hey, coach, this is what he did wrong. The more you're able to articulate the issue, what happened, how they cannot get the foul again or how they cannot get the flag again, the better off you are. Right? When you communicate to them and you let them know this is what happened, this is how we can avoid it in the past, and we can move on, everything's smooth after that. Right? So that's why a lot of that discussion that you see is communicating exactly what the person did wrong and how to not have that happen again.
Now in the NBA, it's always kind of said like, oh yeah, well he's a rookie, he's not going to get that call. He's a vet, so he gets that call. Like, in your opinion, just watching NBA ball, do you see any of that where you like, yeah, it's a little bit more love because he's such and such versus the rook who ain't going to get that call now?
So we got to remember what we're watching when we're watching the NBA, right? So we're watching entertainment. So the NBA has a certain product that they want on TV, right? So do they officiate rookies different? Like, do they make you earn your respect? Ooh, excuse me. I can't say that per se, but just know that the NBA has a product that they want on the field. I mean, that they want on TV. And so do they do things? They do things way differently than college does things, right? And so to the entertainment aspect, I don't, I mean, you've heard people say he hasn't earned that call, right? So I don't know if you're gonna make this. You just got if you can make this move that you're trying to do, dude. So you got to earn the right to get this call, as opposed to somebody who's known for making this tough ass move. Oh, I know he makes this move all the time. Whatever you did stopped it from happening. So it's a foul.
Okay. So
I think it's more of that. It's more of, yeah, what you doing? I don't know if you can actually do it. You just got here. I ain't saying you make this move. You might be OC, and I'm bailing your ass out. I ain't doing that. Prove you can do it. Then we'll talk about you getting the foul when you can't do it.
Have you ever been so amazed by someone's move that you completely missed the foul that probably happened?
Yes.
You're sitting there with your whistle hanging out your mouth.
Like, and then when the person was done making the move, they were like, I got fouled. You'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. I was just mesmerized.
Right. You just like,
You know what?
you forget all about the shit.
Become a fan for a second.
So that happens in two situations. That happens when, like, in kids' games for me. Because you'd be amazed at some of the shit that these kids can do. You just like, oh my God. Did he just do that?
You ever did that at a game? Oh shit!
Yes, I have.
You've done it?
Dude, I'm constantly amazed at the level in which kids study the next level players and get their moves down to. And I'm talking about fourth graders. I done seen fourth graders come and they hit you with the James Harden bit. And I'm like, ooh, or they'll do an up and under, and I'm like, man, he got fouled. Oh shit. Good move, kid. Good move. And he wake up, he get up doing this. Right. My bad, dog. I got you.
I know.
So it happens. Yeah. And it happens.
Still dunk on them little kids though.
It happens then, and then it also happens when a new move is being developed. Like when you see like when the Euro first comes in, right? And so you ain't used to seeing it, right? When the step back comes in, or something like that. So when a new move is being introduced at all levels, then that'll happen where it catch somebody off guard, or a spin move or something. It's like, whoa, what the
was that a travel? I don't know. Right.
Exactly. Like, hold on, let me bring that back in my head. Yeah. Damn, it looked funny, but damn, and he got hit. Ooh. Something like that. So those are the times when that happens. For the most part, if I've seen the move, and I expect you to be able to do some extra shit, then I'm cool.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, hey, man, that's awesome, Lynell, man. So, just to wrap it up, man. Like, are you a Bears fan?
I am. A Bears fan.
Says, I am.
Yeah, that didn't sound so convincing, dog.
Man, man.
I mean, I'm proud I'm from Chicago, but I'm not always proud to be a Bear fan. But so, I'm just going to ask. We always ask all of our guests, like, what's your prediction or keys to a Bears W Sunday night, another primetime game? Oh my God.
Those are always
who they got this Sunday?
Packers.
So
Can be beat.
First of all, the Bears are always going to beat the Packers. Don't do that. If you say you're a Bears fan, going into the game.
I like your confidence.
All right. So that's first and foremost. I would never who they playing, Packers? Oh yeah, we're gonna kick their ass. All right. Yeah. So don't get that twisted. We're gonna kick their ass. I know we had some hiccups.
Okay. All right.
Bears, Packers on our way. Huh?
We're due for a win. We can't lose them all, right?
Tell that to
and the Packers line is not good.
Right. So
neither ours.
Yeah, but when the Titans line was not good, what happened? What happened?
Okay, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. I want the Bears to win.
Lynell just left. He's done.
He froze up and
he's like, Bears win.
Like shit.
Clubhouse. We just want to talk about smoking CBD.
He smoked too much of that CBD. That's why he's getting
right. Well, with that being said, we thank Lynell Mitchell for joining us today. Went out kind of with a bang. So I think he picked the Bears.
Yes, he did.
What? Really? That's what we did. What?
I got a special treat for y'all since y'all made me wait. Y'all ain't putting me on no time limit now. Check me out. We don't own the rights to this room.
I'm gonna take my team to the Super Bowl. We gonna rise, scream and go back. I'm gonna take my team to the Super
Oh.
Bowl. I'm gonna rise, screaming, go back, go. We got Rodgers in the back, Devontae on the tag. Well, what can you
Y'all like that?
Aaron Jones is
I do.
Could you please turn that shit off?
I didn't like
This
the
was
original.
the elevator music while I was waiting to get in on this conversation with you guys. Hi, happy holidays.
Man, Melanie came in blazing.
Man, I know. I done got hot. Hold on a second. It's done got hot.
Oh, she got a cheese hat on and
Okay, I'm gonna pipe down a little bit. You know, I don't know if you guys know, but Terrence is my cousin. He's an awesome guy.
No, I don't know her. I do not know her.
We're family, and
No.
his birthday was not too long ago, and like I couldn't celebrate with him, but I bought him a gift. I'll be sure
Oh shit.
to deliver it to you.
very,
This is for my favorite.
We're gonna burn that shit.
All right.
The disrespect is high on this call, guys. It was nice talking to y'all.
vigor for pain. Hey,
Wait,
guys. Check it out.
holler at my guy Lynell. You're gonna need some vigor for pain after Sunday night.
That.
My
Oh.
man.
Should I be recording now?
Just, L.
Thank you, Lynell.
Thanks, Lynell. All right, Melanie, how are you related to Terrence? Now, you're not from Chicago, are you? Yeah.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so at least we have that.
Were we was all of that recorded?
Yes,
Oh boy.
Oh, you were recording because I wasn't.
that's okay.
Okay.
I just saw the thing come up, so I don't know. It might not have got caught.
Melanie's snapping off, so I was like, I got to get this.
Oh, shit.
These are the best moments here. So, like, I don't even know how you got in here. To tell you the truth, like,
Man, I was trying to break through. It was a bouncer at the door. I'm like, let me in. I
Yeah.
know Terrence.
That was my cousin Julio. He don't mess with y'all like that.
Man.
My main nigga who named Julio.
He-
Well, you need to give him a raise because it took me forever to get up in here.
But we appreciate you.
That's because that outfit.
right. Right.
You like it, girl? I could get you one.
Access.
No, thank you.
We the same size. We the same type of cute.
That is okay. If you want to get a Bears one, sure.
But
You
y'all-
know,
No
you
comprende.
keep that gross green and gold. It is very vomity.
Okay, this is humorous, but can you all explain to me how exactly you think in your Thanksgiving holiday dreams that you're actually going to pull off a win on Sunday?
Because we have to win eventually, and it's 2020, and it's nothing but strange stuff happening in 2020. So why not?
Right.
Derrick Rose once said, "Why not?"
So y'all praying to the COVID gods, basically.
That's right.
That God is like on point this year.
Really. Just when you think
coming-
it got as bad as it could get, 2020 says, "Hold my beer" every time.
Hold my beer. Bears
Oh,
2
my God, I'll be right back.
year.
Like, oh, you thought that was them?
Right. Watch.
You know what? I would actually agree with you all if the Packers have not already had such devastating losses like the one they just handed over to Indianapolis last week. But to go back to back with a loss like that, Aaron Rodgers just has a perpetual chip on his shoulder. He will muster up something to stab you all and take this 201 game rivalry history and make the record now 99 to 95 or something.
You could be right, Melanie,
Yeah.
but you're not.
So I would actually agree with you all if it wasn't for the fact that last weekend, we just, lost to the Colts. And then you got the loss to the Vikings. They will not let it happen. The buck will stop with the Bears.
The Jags, the Jacksonville Jags, they gave the blueprint. They almost put it off with the guy who just got benched for Mike Lennon.
Yeah, but what?
Big Luck,
Almost
whatever
don't
his
really
name
count.
is.
That's his
Almost
name?
don't really count. I'm pretty sure y'all almost won those 5 games y'all lost.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm getting tired of her. I'm getting tired of Cuz. I'm getting tired of Cuz.
You brought your family on. No more Terrence family.
You talking about how great of a guy he is? He brought you in here. I don't think that.
Right. I don't know. Is this little secret thing you all got? Terrence, you've been lying to us all this time.
To you. Happy
All right.
birthday.
E-Bucks.
Can I pull the plug on this?
Yeah, please.
Well, Melanie,
No, wait. We ain't even.
Oh, please. Right now. Pull it.
what's her prediction?
The offensive line. We ain't talked about the defensive line. We ain't talked about what Devontae Adams gonna do to you all. I know y'all think that y'all defense is strong, that y'all gonna stop the running game.
Definitely.
I mean, we can talk about Alan Lazard. We can talk about Robert Tunyon. Like, where y'all want to start?
They'll disappear.
All day. What y'all want to do?
I think we just want to say goodnight, Melanie.
No, but I want to talk about Kenny Clark.
I didn't even
wanna talk
say
about the
good
Smith
night.
brothers.
Cut it off,
I
man.
want to because you know what? Y'all gonna. Oh, and wait. I heard yo boy Mitchell is back, right?
Oh, that's his time to go. Good night.
Mitchell's back. Maybe.
Yes. So that's your cousin, huh, T-Nick?
Yeah, man. It is sometimes. They get on my nerves, though. Just like tonight.
I'd imagine. Well, I mean, that's a hell of a place for us to start talking about the game. But so we've come back off a bye week. Have we heard who's starting? Did they say Mitch yet? They still haven't said.
Mitch practiced. Nick did not. Nagy won't name a starter. I think he's really hoping that Nick will be okay. While the rest of the city, not saying that Mitch is the greatest, but the rest of the city is like, no, let Mitch start.
Whatever,
We've
dude.
seen 7 games of Nick Foles, and it was not what you told us.
Games?
Yeah, 7. He went 2-5.
Damn. That's brutal.
And with or without even when he had a pocket, even when he had time, he didn't do well.
He wasn't making the throws.
No. I mean, he made some good plays, but it was not what we were told at all.
You know, it's just, again, like we've been sold this bag of bullshit for the last 2 seasons, going on completely 2 seasons now, that we're just a little bit, a little fix here and there away from really contending. And then we get a new quarterback.
It's Nagy's scheme. Because every quarterback who goes in there, I mean, and I never need to see Tyler Bray ever again.
Yeah,
ever.
That was just sad.
He threw that pass to Cole Kmet. Cole was like, who are you throwing to?
And then like, okay, it was like Nagy's play calling, and then we saw laser, and like with every adjustment that they've tried to make, they've gotten worse. And I mean, we want to see them try to make an adjustment, but it just got worse and worse every week until that last game was just humiliating. I have people, I had 2 friends from LA texting me clowning us. He's like, man, y'all's quarterback is amazing.
And are they Rams fans? Because their quarterback is
he's actually a Raiders fan.
Derek.
Old school Los Angelinos. They're old school
Raiders.
They're Raiders. Marcus Allen.
And
are shell Raiders fans. They don't mess with the Rams.
Rams.
Now.
And when you look at what the Rams and the Raiders have done, they tailored their play calling to their quarterbacks. It's running, play action pass, rolling out. It's doing the things that people have been telling Nagy, that's what you need to do. Whatever the quarterback's coach, Filippo, whatever his name is, he was talking about, he thinks they're going to go back to more of the stuff they did the first 3 games when they were running more. And it was under center, and there was more play action, because Nagy's scheme isn't going to work if you don't have a line for that. You can't do it.
Is Montgomery going to be back?
Yeah, he'll be back. Akeem Hicks may not be back. Eddie Jackson has a chance to come back from being on that COVID list.
The way he tackles shit, I'd rather him not come back.
But then you'll have to see more of somebody who's even worse.
Get more, I don't know, not Buster Scream.
I was about to say him too, but I think he's more than
Deion Bush.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to see that dude. So.
He does.
Come on back.
He does more right than wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Give me it.
I just need him to rap.
Yeah, I was about to say, wrap up, Eddie, and then.
Right.
And I mean,
He's trying not to get hurt.
Yeah, but you gotta wrap up.
I feel you. You got to wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Drive him in the ground, man.
Not wrapping up hurts you in many different ways. Ask different guys all the time.
I never wrap it
up. Well, you married. You ain't got to wrap it up.
It's just
That's why.
That's why you got married. Another thing, like, people are saying, why are they waiting to even name? If they see that Nick Foles hasn't played, why are you waiting to? You are not fooling anyone. The play calling was the same, so there is no. We need to adjust to this. I mean, at the most, they'll have to adjust that maybe Mitch will run occasionally, but I don't know.
I talked to Tom again today. Tom Thayer.
Oh, really?
He didn't know.
You're not gonna fool me this time.
And he asked me. He was like, if you knew both quarterbacks were 100% healthy, which one would you start? And I says, Tom. And he said, nothing, because he didn't hear me. I would give Nick Foles 1/2. If he was 100%, I'd give him the first half. And if he wasn't looking like he was building something, and by building something, I just mean if we haven't scored at least one touchdown and a field, then I'm going to Mitch. This is 2 healthy bad quarterbacks.
What about the other way around? Start with Mitch, and if he fucks it up.
Yeah, but that's like so much back and forth. Now I'm switching from Foles.
Oh, okay, because you're saying switching from Foles to Mitch, then back to Foles. Okay.
But don't we need a moving quarterback, though?
He's saying if he's healthy, because I was about to say, because putting in an 80% or 70% Nick Foles.
Absolutely not. That's why I made the point. Healthy.
Well, what did Tom Thayer have to say to your?
Well, Tom, he went into a big explanation about how he would need to see what the mind state of each quarterback is, how they're feeling, and all of that. And I says, Tom, and he didn't answer.
That's what you call him, Tom.
Yeah, it's like, well, these guys are professionals. And I'm not even talking about the money they're making. These are professionals. You telling me you got to find out whether it's your first string or your second string quarterback, you got to find out if they're mentally ready to play?
I think they're both mentally ready.
But damn well better be mentally ready to play every fucking game.
Yeah. I would never question either one of them, their work ethic, their desire to play. They're both hard workers. They both study. It's just, it seems even for both of them this year, once they got on that field, everything they learn is like, huh?
That's so
Execution is terrible.
Yeah, it was just it was like they both looked. All you heard was how great each of them looked in the little bit of preseason they had and all that kind of stuff. But when and then there were spurts for both of them in the games. But overall, and it just at this point, you're on your third quarterback because you had Mitch, Chase, and now Nick Foles, and then for Tyler Bray.
Right. He looked like
It's time to think about your scheme because Matt Nagy has to figure out what's most important. Is it most important to win or lose with his scheme? Now you're not gonna be a head coach again if you can't win. Someone's they'll try you out as a coordinator if you lose this job. It's important to win. Sean McVay, he's the other offensive genius. He decided it's important to win. So I'm not going to let Jared Goff lose me games anymore.
Or I'm not going to let my scheme and my
John Gruden, it's important to win games. Derek Carr's going to have this great running back, and then he's going to be able to play off of that running game. It hasn't clicked. I don't know why. I mean, even the Vikings with Kirk Cousins, as horrible as he was, they finally like, you know what? You're not going to lose us any more games. You're going to play with Dalvin Cook running, and then you can do some things off of that. And it worked.
Yeah. I mean, and that just seems so like very Chicago Bear football. The offense historically, when we've been a good to mediocre offense, has always been centered more around the run.
Get off the bus running.
And the run.
Yeah.
So
and then just keep, it's like they don't run more than they don't run 2 times in a row. Okay, so it didn't work on this one series. Now you're never going to do it again. They did all the numbers where it was like it went from 54% with Mitch to 32% with Nick Foles when it came to running on first down and yardage and things like that. And they went 2-5 when they just pass because they wanted Nick Foles to do that. And Nick Foles,
Nagy's scheme,
right? But you don't have the players.
As my boy Craig Curtis says, we ain't got the horses.
You don't.
Damn right. We don't.
I mean, you knew this line was, even before all these people got hurt, we keep, James Daniels and Cody and Massey, they weren't that spectacular when they were all there and healthy.
No, but they were the best we had.
Exactly. But I'm saying, like, you knew your line wasn't that good to begin with. So you should have been tailored. And that's why when you had Mitch, that's why you made it simple. Well, simple works for this team. Keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. Stupid.
And then when we get to defense, the biggest waste of money, the money that should have been spent on the offensive line was spent on Robert Quinn. For what he's doing,
shit.
Right? For what he's doing, they could have just had someone who's already on that team doing it, and they could have gotten a difference maker on that offensive line.
Hell yeah!
Fine on the cheap. Well, I don't know what he got paid. He probably got overpaid, but yeah.
He got paid. He got paid a lot. He got paid a lot of money.
Oh, okay. Well,
because that's all Pace and the Bears. They put all their money in defense, and then you don't have a line to carry your offense.
And then they won't re-sign Allen Robinson.
Right.
Like prime example.
That's crazy.
A legit. I mean, Allen Robinson with a pretty good quarterback is a legit number 1 in this league. Even with the sorry quarterbacks we've had, he's a legit number 1. Like, he'd be so much better with somebody that could get him the ball down the middle of the field.
Well, I know one thing. If Mitchell is the starter, he's going to get the ball thrown to him a lot because that's his safety valve.
That's all he's going to throw to because Mitch, dude, look, fuck it. That might be all we have at this point. I mean, that's
who he trusts. When things break down, he's like, I know one person is going to work to catch this ball.
I could throw it just on that seam.
Yep.
Seam, and he's
going to catch it. Yeah, so that's his safety valve. So, and he was Nick's too, but Nick Foles did try to get it to other people unsuccessfully. Mm-hmm. And then that's when like Allen Robinson's agent was talking about they won't throw it to him in the end zone. And
You know, and they still haven't quite used the tight end position like we had hoped, considering, you know, their pick was a tight end. I still just haven't seen enough of Cole Kmet to even make any sort of formulate an accurate opinion of him, because he just doesn't get in the game. You know, like, I know we got old man Gramps, but he's fucking up recently.
That's the coach's fault. That's
What'd
the
you say?
coach's fault.
The coach, yeah. Those plays that you're right, because those plays they call for Jimmy Graham, just call him for Cole Kmet. Try it out. He can't be much worse. Jimmy Graham doesn't catch it all the time anymore.
You sure don't.
Sure don't.
So
Them old hands, that arthritis. Fred G. Sanford.
who has you worked up, T Nick?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you worried about with the coming off the bye?
Well,
You haven't ranted yet today.
coming off this bye, I just want to win. But as much as I hate to say it, I just don't think it's gonna happen on Sunday. I just don't. You know, Montgomery's coming back, great, but shit, the line is still terrible. You know, they aren't gonna create any holes or any kind of running lanes for him. And David Montgomery is not the kind of back that will create something on his own. So it's gonna be more of the same bullshit, more of the same shit, more of the same disappointment. And then Mitch, I think Mitch is gonna start the game.
Oh yeah.
Everything pretty much points to that. I mean, Matt Nagy, he's always on this cryptic ass, well, I'm not gonna say anything yet, or I'm not gonna tell you guys. Man, fuck you. We already know what's gonna happen. You know? So Mitch is gonna start the game. He's gonna be running for his life because the line is not gonna protect him.
But at least he can run.
True.
At least maybe he could pick up 2 or 3 yards instead of losing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, look, we've seen Foles have an open lane,
Yeah.
and not run, and run back.
All that real estate and not do shit.
I think it was the game before the last one where he could have picked up that first down that they needed if he just ran. It was wide open.
If you'd have ran forward.
He wears cement shoes. Cement shoes, like they're cemented to the ground, so he can't do shit.
Slow, I get that, but like, my main issue is he just runs east-west.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, slowly, but still east-west. It's like, bro, well, you can still slowly go forward and pick up 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, how many times do we end up 3rd and 7?
Right.
You know, well, third and 3,
yeah,
be a lot better. You know, and once again, that's just us needing every little fucking thing, every little nugget up. If he'd have got that 3 yards on that, we'd got, you know, like, because there's no room for error. There's
none, no room.
Any little thing we can get or muster needs to be capitalized on. And the only person really on the offensive side of the ball that I see consistently trying to just make something out of nothing consistently, I don't always like his decision making, is your boy T Nick, cortisone Daryl Patterson. Like,
yes,
goes out there with the fervor.
Daryl.
I mean, he looks bad 70% of the time, but yes, he does try.
He does.
Man, what are you talking about?
He doesn't have the peripherals to really do
no.
everything. You know what I mean? He gets in a very bad position, but he doesn't give up.
Yeah, he tries.
He tries. And
I don't know what y'all talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Cordero.
Always. I mean, you think everything he does on offense is good?
Well, I won't say everything he does is good, but he don't look bad.
I said that's only 70% of the time he's bad.
So you're saying only 30% of the time he looks good.
And when he's good, that 30%, it's a difference maker.
I don't think.
I think they use him he's a difference maker in spurts, similar to what they were going to do with Tariq Cohen. It's more of a gadget spurts when we need this, call on him. It's too predictable with Cordero. So it's not always his fault. He's put in predictable situations. And even though he's a big guy, they were knocking the hell out of him in that Vikings game.
But 30% of the time,
big guy.
I mean, they only have 40 plays in the game, the offense. So
and
okay, maybe 40. It ain't 50.
That's another thing. As you just mentioned, Cohen. That loss of Cohen was huge.
I don't think most people realized it was going to be.
And again, I've shouted out my guy Craig, but I got to shout him out again because when he went out, he was like, "This is going to be terrible for the offense." He said it, and I was like, "You got that much faith in Cohen?" He was like, "Yeah, I'm just saying." He gave him that other look outside of Montgomery.
We talked about it on this show all the time, the importance of Cohen.
But I wasn't quite, just as time has gone on and how the offense has gotten worse, like you really see how like, wow, we really need that other look.
Yep.
And then Montgomery went out for a game or two, just a game or two, not long, but long enough that, we're stuck with Cordero and Ryan Nall, who
now you got. I mean, but they that Artavius, he had a good run. You didn't see him much anymore. Lamar Miller had a decent run or two, and then you didn't see him anymore. It's just like there's no rhyme or reason. They don't put together plays. Their plays never make sense. Like offensive plays should kind of almost tell a story. And theirs never tells a story.
Hold on. I got it. Man. Go ahead.
I mean, there's a beginning, a middle, and the end if you're doing right on your offensive play calls. The Bears have a beginning, and that's it. Sometimes they just start with the middle. They rarely get to the end. We see that. Their end is always Cairo Santos, which we have a kicker. I have no problems with their special teams. They're the best part of the damn team, basically.
How do we get
always consistent. But like the Bears, if you think about most other people's, there's like a story to it. Run, play action, run, roll out, run. I mean, but it's Bears, it's shotgun, miss, run, negative, shotgun, miss, 3 and out, punt, come back in, pass, 3 and out. Like after the Cordero, when he got everyone hyped, when he returned that, what did the offense do the next time?
Order ribs.
3 and out. It's like they couldn't even put together anything, and that's how their offensive story is all the time.
Damn, you said the offense should tell a story. That's impressive. I feel that way about music.
It should tell a story. There's steps to it. Even the process of doing your music, the process of writing a story, the process of making the sale.
Art to this shit.
Yeah, there's an art to it. And the Bears, their scheme usually doesn't make sense. He'll put together 15 scripted plays that don't make sense.
Not in a Picasso type of don't make sense way. In a failed, miserable artist type of way.
Yeah, it's like, why are you throwing that little wide receiver screen to Anthony Miller or to Allen Robinson, and Anthony Miller runs into Allen Robinson, so you don't even do it? Like, why do you keep running Cordero the way you do when you know he's more effective in a different way? It's like you script these 15 plays that don't make sense because you want to see, well, let's see if this works. Just do what you know is going to work. It's time out for let's see. That's preseason.
Shit, don't nothing work though. Don't nothing work.
Because none of his stuff works. Put someone else in there, an offensive mind with an average to not even average quarterback, you can win. All you need is average on this Bears team. You don't even need great, average. All you need is a person who's going to take care of the ball. Look around the league. How many above average quarterbacks that are consistent? Not the flash in the pan that we see all the time with some of these young guys, but there are the most consistent ones. Then you have the average people, slightly above average, who are winning because they're just staying within themselves.
My vote is to make Kristen the next head coach for the Bears. Shit.
At least start her at OC or something.
Some shit.
They just need to put me in that front office.
When she said the offense, it needs to be a story, I was flabbergasted. I was
Wow.
oh,
Shit.
she brought art into this.
Well, they say they work at their craft.
Nothing else to add to that. I can't top that in any way. Your show, Lynell outshined me. Kristen's outshining me. T-Nick's outshining me. Hey guys, where are we with this? We've
Predictions.
talked all the shit that we can talk about this team. We know they got the Packers coming up. We know their offensive line isn't great, but they got a guy named Aaron Rodgers under center, so it doesn't matter the same that his offensive line isn't great. So
He is just so good. It's annoying.
and he's extra good against us.
Yeah, he looks forward to it.
He does.
You all right over there, T-Nick?
He's like, if I got nothing else, I can beat them. And even when we do beat him, it's kind of like, he's like, well, I mean, I can't go undefeated against them.
So
He's like,
it's always a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, I can't literally, I've been here for like over 10 years. I can't go undefeated against a team in my own division,
T-Nick say everybody has a birthday. That's what he'll be saying. Everybody has a birthday.
Aaron Rodgers has 2 birthdays a year.
They have 6 games left. Although one of the Packers announcers was saying how the Packers have kind of struggled at home because they really miss having their fans. It's like Javi Baez.
They miss their fans.
This is what we're on. No Lambeau leap. We took away the Lambeau leap.
We can't win now.
Well, look, they almost lost to the Jags. They lost to the Vikings, and they lost to the Colts. So they've lost the 2 teams that the Bears lost to.
Yeah. I can't even do it anymore. There's nothing left to be said. Let's talk about a different sport. Let's talk about basketball first.
Oh,
the draft was last week. A lot of people, you can't please everybody. I mean, there were people when we drafted D Rose one where it's like, oh, we should have got Beasley. So you can't please everybody. So T-Nick, where are you on this draft pick?
Well, I'm I said a long time ago that Billy Donovan is a teacher. So evidently he's going to have his hands full with Patrick Williams, who's a perennial 6th man. He's going to have to, coach him up, but that's what good coaches do. And Billy Donovan is proven to be, one of the best coaches in the league. So, I'm okay with it. I'm not mad, I think the Bulls can actually make some noise this season.
Where are you at, Kristen?
I mean, it's fine. He finished a lot of games, so he was an important piece, and he was important enough to finish a game. I think most of the top picks couldn't shoot, so they're all going to need some coaching. or they didn't shoot it well. I'm not gonna say they couldn't shoot, but shooting might have been their issue. So he'll get some coaching. I think hey there, dog. I think what I was more worried about was, I guess they're really saving their money for next year. I just didn't like that. I'm seeing all this movement everywhere, and I just keep waiting for the Bulls, and all I saw was Garrett Temple. I'm like, huh? And so then I'm starting to think like, okay, don't waste Zach LaVine's talent. Trade him. If you're getting ready to go through some terrible, we got to wait to see for no one to come here. We got to wait to see what's available. We got to grow some guys. I mean, and Zach LaVine right now is my favorite Bull because he's the most exciting one.
Take it. I can't take them getting rid of our best player again. Can't take it.
It would upset me.
It would upset me too.
It would really upset me.
Trade assets. I mean, fuck it.
But hey, that's Jerry Reinsdorf's team. He always does some dumb shit.
Ow.
I agree because when they had the rumors, I was getting mad. I was like, that's the only reason why really I'm watching this team.
Man,
Because
look,
I want to see what Zach is doing.
I took my son to his first basketball game back in January. We had an awesome time. I realized how big of a deal it would have been just because COVID was coming right after.
Right.
And they were playing Cleveland. So I was like, okay, they're another bad team. We can win this game. I'm like, cool. This is a good game to go to, right? Like, we can compete at least. And we were down going into the fourth quarter, and we came back, and Levine went wild. He snapped off. And me and Miles were just so excited. I was like, this is the best Bull games I've ever been to. I've seen Jordan play a number of times, but
that one was exciting.
Yeah.
I don't want him traded, but I also don't want you to waste by the time you're decent. Now he's all beaten up, and I don't know. I just wish that they would get someone to play with him. I guess they're thinking that Billy Donovan will be able to coach up and return Lauri Markkanen to what people thought he was going to be after his Jim Boylan years when they kind of almost tried to ruin him. Wendell Carter is who he is to me.
I don't think he's.
And then Denzel Washington is Denzel Washington.
Why did they re-sign him?
Because his agent is fucking Bishop Magic Don Juan or some shit.
I mean, come on.
Hey,
Because who else were they? Because they weren't going to get anybody else, I guess. And then you got Otto Porter. He's not. What'd you say, Leo?
This guy, Denzel Washington, he's been Denzel Valentine.
I think I called him Washington too. Denzel Valentine.
He might as well be.
Oh, yeah, that might be Denzel.
I'd rather Denzel Washington.
Give me like the Mississippi Masala.
Denzel can act. He can act like a basketball player too.
I do better than Denzel Valentine.
And there's a lot of people who are like, well, Denzel's finally out of Boylan jail, so now you're going to see.
Shit.
I didn't, the pick was the pick. That was fine. But I was a little disappointed that I didn't, and I'm not even saying a big flashy name, but there was only one name I saw.
Who just got signed today? Somebody, kind of a big man.
Hassan Whiteside.
And I'm like.
By the Kings.
The Kings.
Yeah.
Like, could we use Hassan Whiteside?
Surely he's better than Felicio.
Yeah.
Chris
Hassan Whiteside. He chose to go to the Kings?
And it was only a 1-year deal.
So obviously the Bulls probably didn't even offer him anything.
No. It's people are like, well, they're just saving up for next year. Saving for what?
We've been saying this since '99.
We're always saving, and we're always saving for the leftovers who no one else wants.
Ron Mercer.
Oh, God.
Who we save up for?
Stop it.
Yeah, I remember him.
Carlos Boozer.
And I liked Boozer, but He was the concession, the whatever, not concession. I don't think that's the right word.
Brent Berry.
Brent Berry.
Wasn't Jalen Rose?
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose.
Guys got rich playing for the Bulls. Average guys.
And then you had superstars who used the Bulls, like Dwayne Wade got very rich because that's when what's his name called his bluff. Like, hey, we're not giving you $22 million. Go on to the Bulls.
He was like, all right, I go to the crib for a year.
And it was one of the most worth. I mean, I don't dislike Dwayne Wade, but that was like a waste of $22 million.
Yes, it was. Totally.
You could have gotten Jimmy and Rondo some different help. 2 other people for $22 million.
And we got rid of Jimmy.
I mean, like you say, they do get rid of all their stars.
Other people, that's a mistake. Do not get rid of Jimmy. People were like, well, can you see Jimmy being the number 1 guy? I'm like, maybe.
Not with this coach. He wasn't going to be with Jim Boylan. They weren't going to put a good coach around him.
But they got rid of him when I think Hoiberg was still.
And he wasn't going to be good. He didn't like Hoiberg.
I know, but it felt like they chose Hoiberg
they did.
over Jimmy.
Well, I mean, you should have known that. They brought in Hoiberg before they even got rid of Thibodeau. A very winning coach. And you were like, let's try this Hoiberg guy.
I swear to God, if Thibodeau brings the Knicks back from the dead quicker than the Bulls come back, oh my God.
He did get the Timberwolves in the playoffs.
He did get them respected.
He had Jimmy and Derek, and they did pretty. They lost, but they had a good showing against the Rockets that year in the playoffs.
Probably like their best player in that playoff series, that first round.
Who?
Derek Rose.
Oh yeah, because James Harden was like, man, because he guarded James Harden.
They lost the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Rose was their best player in that game. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like, oh yeah, he should be starting and he's the number 1 guy, but just.
I don't even think he wants to start anymore. I think he likes his role, and he's very good at that role now.
Very good. He's like, I need to only play like 20 games.
When you start hitting him at 30.
Yeah, he got to sit out for a couple.
His body, that's not right for his body anymore. He needs to get some of that
some of CBD.
Turmeric, and he needs to get some of those $60 vitamins.
That CBD.
On them knees, bad.
Right. So I hope they keep Jimmy, but this needs to be the last year. Not Jimmy, I'm sorry. I hope they keep Zach, but this needs to be the last year that Zach doesn't have a bona fide. Even if he becomes number 2, there needs to be another bona fide star on this team.
Mm-hmm. So I saw one rumor today. It discussed getting Westbrook.
Oh, that was a rumor. Definitely.
They're all rumors. We're talking about they're all rumors, and none of them are going to come true. But we got nothing else to talk about.
Right?
Now, is there something to be said that Westbrook isn't very good once the playoffs come?
I don't know about that.
I mean, is he the common denominator and his team's not always performing well?
No, because he was not the common denominator in that Rockets team. That's James Harden.
Well, yeah, that's true. But then, but actually, he got hurt, and so Westbrook was hurt.
That thigh or whatever.
Yeah, and so he would. That's another person who they probably, whoever gets him, they need to put him on a minutes restriction because he just can't help but play so hard, and then he's no good whenever the playoffs. So that's probably what the real problem is. He's so banged up by the playoffs that he's no longer as effective.
Just one of those things. That's how he plays.
Yeah. So it's almost like they just have to put him on a minutes restriction.
Yeah. And that's,
And you can do that if he's on a team with another star. Another scorer, because he can get
ultimate scorer that last year in James Harden. And
no, I meant no. He could go on a minutes restriction.
Oh, it's all bad. And I got nothing else to say about that either.
It starts in a month, right? December 22nd.
Yeah.
Training camp, whatever. 2 weeks out. Starts on my birthday, December 22nd.
How old you gonna be? Like 55?
No, brother, 38. 38. Hey, man, however old I'm,
You made the other day, you look 55.
still be younger than you.
55. You look good for 55 if you are.
That's a big baby. All right, so let's jump back to predictions for Sunday night. And believe they got another Sunday night game again. Got to hear this shit.
The world's watching as no matter who's the quarterback is in there, it's gonna be if the running game isn't good, it's gonna be rough.
Shit show.
All right, T-Nick, your predictions for Sunday.
We have to start with me.
Yep.
Okay. Well,
I could start if you guys need to think about it.
go. Well, I don't need to think about it, but
Oh, they didn't go for it.
yeah, okay. So I do think that the Bears will continue their downward spiral. Unfortunately, I love the Bears, but they're not going to win Sunday. So I'm thinking 28 to like 14, maybe 17. Get the kicker some. 28-17.
28-17.
Go ahead, Emilio.
17 Packers.
28 Bulls. Bears.
Might as well put the Bulls out there. Put them out there. Shit. Bears. You know, normally I would be like, well, they're in Lambeau, so they'll definitely lose, but there's no fans, but they'll lose anyways. Bears lose 24-13. We get one touchdown, 2 field goals.
Field goals.
That sounds like a Bears offensive output.
Yeah.
Actually, that's better than recently, right?
That's much better because I think some of that was like, I think we got a pick 6. Cordero ran one back, you know, so.
Yeah. It saddens me to say, I kind of think the Bears are going to lose as well. But I'm known as the optimist.
Yes. Yes, you are.
Cockeyed optimist.
Did you call me cockeyed?
I think that was like from Seinfeld or something.
If my head didn't hurt, I would go cockeyed just to do it for it. But
Oh,
I'm going to go with the Bears are going to win. And they're going to win. The score is going to be 20-17.
2017. What'd I say? 28?
What did you say?
24-13.
13.
Bears lose. Tina, you said 28.
28-17.
2017.
Bears lose.
Bears lose. All right. Well, with that being said, no matter what, you know your man DNA, he gonna be talking shit. He's like, man, Joe, you're not even really Bear fans.
Always, man.
Bears will win.
It does.
You really like the Bears? You know,
Fake ass Bears fans.
but he's like you. He's like, no matter what, he picks the Bears. I get
Well,
it.
I have actually picked the Bears to lose.
One time, and you regret it. And you tried to change it.
I know.
You picked the one.
And actually, I kind of think they're going to lose Sunday too, but I'm going to stick with my Bears win.
Cockeyed optimist. All right. That being said, go Bears. Sunday night game. If all goes well, they'll get shifted down to like a terrible 3:00 game or with Dick Stockton and somebody else.
Vilma.
Oh, Vilma, he's the worst. I hate that. Next week on the show, Jonathan Vilma's joining. No, but seriously, T-Nick.
Oh, yeah, next week.
On the show next week.
Eddie Payton.
Sweetness.
Walter's brother.
So, yeah, very much looking forward to that conversation. If we
wait for that.
Walter too much, I might get a little emotional.
Me too. I might shed a tear.
I can remember the day that Walter died. I remember that's one of those people. I remember exactly where I was when I heard Walter Payton die.
Me too.
That's just one of those moments that, like, I was done the rest of the day. I was no good at work.
Chris carried around the football all day and wore his Sweetness shirt.
Yeah, that's
I'm not about to crown this podcast, man. I'm not.
You will.
Be the first.
No, I'll wait till it's over.
All right, that works. So everybody tune in next week. We have Mr. Eddie Payton on the show. That's going to be fun, and hopefully we'll be, kind of talking about, maybe the Bears, are pulling this thing together. Maybe we'll be talking about the Bears winning going into, who do we have the following week?
Detroit.
Oh, that is a recipe for a possible win.
Possible.
Especially because Matthew Stafford's hurt, kind of.
Again. So,
per usual.
He gets hurt like every season around this time.
He's done the rest of the year.
And remember that last game? What was it? That third stringer who almost beat the Bears, who lit up the defense that year?
What was that? Jeff Driscoll? Something. Yeah.
Yeah, he lit. I mean, the Bears wound up winning, but he lit up the defense.
He was killing us.
We're not supposed to be that close.
No.
All right, so
happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving, Kristen. Cornucopias and the leaves and.
It'll look different next.
Hey, what y'all cooking?
I'm cooking. I'm making a Thanksgiving meatloaf.
Meatloaf. That's
what's in it that's special.
It's Thanksgiving.
CBD.
I thought it was like a special recipe. I like meatloaf.
You got a CBD meatloaf, dog?
The whole family's gonna love it.
Everybody's gonna be feeling good. What are you eating? I guess when this airs, though, actually Thanksgiving will be over, huh?
Yeah, it don't matter.
Okay.
It'll be Friday. Happy Thanksgiving anyway. Happy Black.
Hey man, people eat them leftovers till like Saturday, Sunday.
What are you cooking, T-Nick?
Man, I cooked some greens a little earlier. My mother is making the dressing. My uncle went and bought a turkey. We gonna have a feast up in this bitch.
So you're having full on Thanksgiving dinner?
Yeah, man. No CBD. No CBD.
I hope your Packer cousin shows up and spoils your Thanksgiving.
I won't let her in the house. What
you got? You making some Google or what?
Yeah, making dressing and then sweet potatoes and a pound cake. My mother's making sweet potato pies.
I'll be over for a plate.
Holler at your cuz. I looked at the box of stovetop and shit in the store. I was
wow. Oh, wow.
I don't mind stovetop, but I wouldn't have it now. But
I was like,
I don't know dressing is going to go with meatloaf, is it?
Stovetop, what?
I don't know if that goes with
man, I will bring you a plate before I let you eat that.
Oh, thank you. I mean, you called it dressing and you didn't call it stuffing, so you know what you're talking about. So I'll take whatever I can get.
Okay.
I think my mother made enough pie so you can get a sweet potato pie.
A sweet potato pie. I ain't got no sweet potatoes, so I throw a pie on my plate with some mac and cheese.
A whole pie?
I mean, like a piece of a. Well, happy Thanksgiving, happy Black Friday, everyone. This is Emilio Bucks signing off for the Chicago Clubhouse and Kristen Petit and the notorious T. Nick. All forever and a day. Bear down.